All right. Hello and welcome, everyone. I hope you're having an amazing Saturday. We are so happy that each and every one of you saw the value of coming and listening and learning about something that we are all very passionate about. Being a part of this healthy community is truly a privilege, and we're so excited to share that with you today. So, we're going to be talking a little bit about an incredible program that we have seen be so impactful for people's health and for people's lives. And one of the main reasons for that is because, as everybody knows, you got to lay the foundations first. And one of the most important foundations is your nutrition, what you're taking in on a daily basis. But maybe some of you can relate to feeling like you don't have enough options in your area. Like everywhere you go, on every corner, there is a fast food place that calls your name, and uh, sometimes it's the only option, even though we'd rather not, right? So this program has simplified that for so many because it's so easy, simple, and it's something that can be done in about 30 seconds. And yet it's the highest, most impactful nutrition you can put in your body. So let me introduce myself before I go any further. My name is Tabitha Parenti, and I am a health coach. I have been personally using this program for 4 years, I think now, and it has really benefited my family so much. My own personal health, because I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia when I was 21, and if anyone knows about autoimmune condition, you know how hard it is not only to find a diagnosis, but once you get a diagnosis, to be able to get advice about what to do. And I fortunately was very quickly able to make the connection between what I ate and how I felt. And so I removed some things from my diet, and then I removed some more, and then I removed some more till about 5 years ago. I had remaining a handful of foods left that I could eat. I would react to everything else that was outside of that handful of foods. On top of that, I had a lot of chronic aches and pains. I really struggled with my pain levels. They were at a chronic 8, 9, 10. My mom's here today. She can tell you that was a really rough period in my life. Sometimes they would come to visit me here in Italy and not even really get to spend time together because I was mainly in bed. And what changed? Well, a good friend of mine, she introduced me to the whole concept of using food as medicine. Even though I was eating clean, I was eating very few things, but I was eating quote unquote clean, I was still not nourishing my body. Another thing was I was very toxic, especially with glyphosate. We're going to learn a little bit about that later. And so getting those things out of my body within about 6 weeks, those food intolerances were gone. It was incredible. I could start eating foods again and not have food fear. On top of that, my pain went down to about a 2. It has not only stayed there, but it has continued to drop. My energy started to really come back and flourish. And now we just went on a month-long vacation with my parents, road tripping all over the country and hiking, and it was amazing. And on top of that, my headaches, thing of the past. I don't have to think about them anymore, and they're not slowing me down anymore. So I'm very grateful. And really, what's made me so grateful is that so many times when we try to make changes in our diet or in our lifestyle, it's very hard for us to sustain them in the long term. But that's what we need to really maintain good health well into our 40s, 50s, and beyond. We need to have sustainable habits. And so let me go through really quickly how easy and sustainable this program is. And it starts with the foundation, what I consider the foundation, which is getting in hypernourishment. Now, this is nourishing your body with healthy greens and healthy fats. You saw the name Power Shake. this is really flooding the body with a wide variety of nutrients. It is the equivalent of 6 large microgreen salads worth of nutrition, and you have that twice a day. So you're really getting in a lot of micronutrients, macronutrients, proteins, fats, and all, if you could see, the back is just covered there. You can see they're so full of vitamins, minerals, everything that you would take in a multivitamin, but from a food source. It's amazing. I love it. And then we put that together with Super Amino 23. Now, everyone knows how important it is to have protein in our diet and take that in, have clean sources of protein. And so this is the cleanest, most bioavailable source of protein that you could ever hope for. And that's because it's amino acids, which are the building blocks to protein. So that means it's high quality, high quantity protein. It's pre-digested and it's absorbed into your cells at a 99% utilization rate, which is simply unheard of when it comes to any other kind of protein, whether it be from an animal or a vegetable source. Our utilization rate is normally between 30 and 40, very low. So we're able to get a lot of protein into our body and in just 23 minutes, hence the name. So it helps you to get really lean muscle, burn fat. One of the things that I noticed that it helped me with so much was mental clarity, really helping my body to naturally build collagen for nice tight skin and have that glow, that healthy glow, where even one of my clients the other day, after about a week just using these two products, she said people were coming up to her and asking, "What happened? What are you doing? You look so alive. Your eyes are like wide awake. Like what are you doing? It's so different." I guess she had really tired looking eyes for a really long time, but it just changed the way she was expressing herself. And so these two are fundamental. Now, we also talked in my story a little bit about gut health. Of course, I had all those food sensitivities and I touched on toxicity. Now, that is key because all of us are being exposed to this chemical called glyphosate. Put a 1 in the chat if you've heard of that before. You know what it is, you know what it stands for. Glyphosate is the main ingredient in Roundup. So all of those herbicides that are being sprayed on people's lawns and to kill weeds, well, not only is it being sprayed there, but it's being sprayed all over our food supply, and generally speaking, multiple times for each and every harvest, usually about 3 times. So we're getting inundated with this toxic chemical that has been clinically linked to digestive issues like IBS, Crohn's, and ulcerative colitis and other things like that, as well as autoimmune conditions, hello, fibromyalgia, and other autoimmune conditions, cancers, lymphoma, autism, obesity, Alzheimer's. It's linked to so many different, very, very common issues. And one of the most common is diabetes type 2. And they're linking this toxic herbicide to that as well. So how do you get that out of your body? It's really, really hard. We're being inundated every single day. How do you get it out? Well, this is the only thing clinically proven through preclinical trial studies to get that out of the body up to 74% in 6 weeks. So that made a huge difference for me. Biomedic, getting that source of toxicity out of the body really helps not only you to feel actually more flexible, more agile, because glyphosate has a tendency to be accumulated in our joints and tissues. And so many people feel like they've got joint pain and things like that. But it also has been clinically proven through these pretrial studies to lower the C-reactive protein by 75%. And that's the inflammation marker in the body. So we're feeling all this pain and inflammation. What do we need to do? Get out the cause. Get out what is really messing us up. So this is a prebiotic, a probiotic. So it's going to work on the gut. And it's also helping to eliminate those toxins. So that is a must, must, must. Those three things twice a day. It's so easy. It comes with a little blender. So in 30 seconds, you push the button, mix it all together. You don't even have to swallow pills. It could not be easier. Then, of course, we got to sleep, right? We have to have good deep sleep. And I have been working with clients for about 4 years now. I can say sleep is one of the things that I would say is most common that people don't feel like they have restorative sleep. So you may be sleeping through the night, or you may not. You may be waking up at 3 a.m. to go to the bathroom a couple of times every single night, or you may not. But many, many people, no matter how many hours they sleep, do not wake up feeling rested and refreshed. Like, oh, thank goodness for those 6 hours, those 8 hours. Now I can just go tackle my day. Very few feel like that. And one of the reasons for that is because we're not getting that deep, restful, restorative REM cycle sleep. And we don't because our circadian rhythm gets off. So how do we fix that problem? Guess what? It's super easy. It is by helping our body to produce more natural melatonin. And so this fruit, which is organic tart cherries, Montmorency tart cherries, actually helps us to produce our own natural melatonin. And there's one ingredient. It's only organic tart cherries. 1 tablespoon is about 30 cherries. You do 2 tablespoons of that at night. You're getting all that antioxidant, all those anti-inflammatory properties, and you sleep so good. Even though I slept well before I started with this program, well, I thought I did. I didn't ever have a dream. I mean, for years, I didn't have a dream. And then I started with the apothecary, and I was like, is that what sleeping is? I did not know. I have a full-on Disney movie happening in my sleep at night. And it's kind of fun. You never know. Now I get to go to sleep and enjoy the ride, just kick back and have fun, because it really feels like a Disney movie. And that is all thanks to getting into those deep cycles of sleep. So you wake up feeling refreshed and restored. And then we're going to close it out with a very simple, but deep, gentle colon cleanse. This is important because, as all of us know, our gut is our second brain. Health starts with having a healthy microbiome. And one of the things that is very common is that we have parasites in our body. We don't like to think about it. We don't want to know that they're there, but we just do. And so just like we do parasite cleansing for our animals, for our dog, for our cat, it's very normal that we can also do that very gently for ourselves as well. Flush out those parasites. 10 days in the first month, 10 days in the second month, you'll be so glad you did it, because so many people have noticed changes in their skin, how that's looking, changes in how their gut is behaving and feeling, like they're not gassy anymore, they're not bloating anymore, they're able to eat more foods. I know that was definitely an important part of this program for me as well. So it's so easy. It's these 5 components, and there are other things we can talk about, but that's the base, because we know that when we set the foundation for health, the body responds in a wonderful and beautiful way, because our bodies are always leaning towards health. It's what they want. They just want the tools to do their job well. So enough of me talking. I want to hear from a couple of you about your experiences. If you can just share, maybe I'll ask Melissa if she can share with us first. I'll put you on the spot, Melissa.
I'd be happy to. Thank you so much. Yeah, so over time, especially after the pandemic, the sluggishness and inactivity kind of caught up with me. Prior to that, I had always considered myself pretty healthy. I've always been the same size. So I never really was too concerned with nutrition. But around that time, I found myself having to take medicine to help me focus. I drank pop and energy drinks to get me through the day, like the afternoon lull, right? But those bad habits got me to the point where I wasn't comfortable in my skin. I got frustrated for the first time. outside of being pregnant, of course. I got frustrated clearing out clothes that didn't fit anymore, but I also struggled to fall asleep at night. The biggest issue for me was feeling like I was missing out on an important or quality time with my kids, and a huge part of my kids' lives, because we've always been such an active family. And for the first time in my life, I was never like a mom to sit on the sidelines. I wanted to get in, I wanted to play with my kids, so we were really, really active. And I just didn't have that motivation, that drive to go do some of our favorite activities with them. So, but I was introduced to this ultimate lifestyle transformation. And like I said before, I was never really concerned about nutrition. This was different. I could tell immediately that this was something special. This wasn't a diet, it was a lifestyle change. And I could see the correlation between the, lifestyle change after, post pandemic. And I really needed help to kind of get my eating habits back on track. So since starting, I have released 15 pounds. I have a much healthier response to inflammation, and now I can fall asleep without any melatonin. One of the biggest things for me, because all of my entire adult life, I've had a very unhealthy relationship with the snooze button. And I was able to break up with that snooze button once and for all. So that was huge. So yeah, I have mental clarity, and I'm just refreshed as soon as I wake up. So I've also been able to reduce my medication with my doctor's consent. And more than anything, I've got my quality time back with my kids. And now, instead of having a hard time keeping up with them, they have a hard time keeping up with me now.
Oh, I love that. In fact, I always see your posts that you do like a skateboard or a one wheel. I don't know what it's called.
Yeah,
One wheel.
one wheel. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, the little electronic board that helps me stay ahead of them too.
That's so cool. That's what you want to be able to do. Keep up with the people that you love. Awesome. Okay. So let me now ask Madi if you can go ahead and unmute. Tell us your very cool but very different story from Melissa.
Thank you, Tabitha, and for inviting me to tell my story. I started this story, my health journey, 2 years ago. I was already doing everything I could to improve my health. I was eating right. I did any possible diet you can think of. I was doing calorie counting. I was exercising. I was very active. And yet I still had issues with my weight. I couldn't lower down my cholesterol. And I did not want to take my parents' route of taking medication, because my mother died of cirrhosis of the liver for taking medication. And I swore to myself that I did not want to take medication. So I was tired of looking for something that it will improve my health. Then my family member introduced me to this health transformation. I didn't know anything about it. I didn't read labels. I trusted her, and I jumped on. And said, okay, I trust you. I see your results. And my husband and I, we both studied together. My husband has an autoimmune condition that causes a lot of inflammation and a lot of pain. I mean, it was painful to me to see him, that he couldn't move his joints. I could hear him going down the stairs with pain, tying up the shoes, the button of his shirt. That was painful for me to see. So we jumped on this health transformation just to lose weight. We didn't know anything about the health benefits. So when we just jumped in, and within a week, my husband inflammation leaving his body, he can move his joints, and he was able to, it's like, oh wow, more mental clarity. And then myself, sleeping through the night, I'm a light sleeper, and I could feel that something was different in our bodies. Easy and sustainable, easy and convenience for us to do together. Well, to make a long story short, this is my second year in the health transformation. Our first month, I went to buy a dress because I couldn't fit in a size 14 because that was the next size I was gonna go into. And I refused to buy a bigger size. So when I went into this 3 weeks later, I went into the store and buy my dress to a size 8. Can you imagine how you feel when you went into the and fit into this? But more importantly, the way I felt. My workout performance improved. My cholesterol, because I had high cholesterol, after my 30 days, I went back to my doctor, and to her surprise, I no longer have high cholesterol. I lost 30 pounds in my first 90 days. And more importantly, I was able to improve my workout performance. And 2 years later, my husband and I literally feel 20 years younger. Everyone, when they look at me, and then not only I look, but I feel 20 years younger. My workout performance have improved. My husband's, his autoimmune condition, the inflammation, his doctor has noticed less inflammation. His C-reactive protein, which is the marker of inflammation, the doctor said this is the lowest you've ever been. So 2 years later, my husband has lost 70 pounds. I have lost 30 pounds combined. This is 100 pounds combined. And not only that, but if you look at him and you look at me, we feel and perform our best that we ever did in a long time. And this is not an exaggeration. My husband, we all rejuvenating. He was pitch completely white. I mean, snow white hair. If you look at him, his hair is turning gray. It is incredible. And we feel amazing that thank you, Tabata, for allowing me to share this. I mean, we have so many wins that we don't have the time to share. So I just happy that my whole family, my kids, my grandkids, family members, I'm keep getting text messages right and left because people have seen results right away. Within 6 days, people are just like, thank you for introducing me to this. So thank you, Tabata, for letting me share.
Thank you, Mari. And if I remember right, I saw on your Instagram, you did your 500 hours or of your boot camp, right?
Yes,
She's
yes.
60, girl.
Yes.
Guys, she's
I'm
doing
sorry,
boot camp.
but yes, and Friday, I turned 61 this year. And Friday, Friday, I check in my boot camp 500 hours. And everyone in my boot camp, they're younger than me, but they cannot keep up with me. That is a beautiful thing. And it's all thanks to the superfoods.
Thank you, Mari. We're proud of you, and you always inspire me to keep working out, keep moving. All right, now we have our lovely ladies who took this, took a few minutes. If you could keep it brief, Angie and Denise, share with us, because your story is just like incredible. Share with us a little bit.
Well, I'm going to have Denise go first, and she knows she's going to be quick because we're hopping off to do what we love to do, is talk to people about how this product has changed our lives, not only our health, but our wealth. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and have Denise take it over for 30 seconds. Did I say Louise? I meant Denise.
All right, Thelma.
Okay, hit it.
Okay, so this month, August 28th, stage 4 ovarian cancer. I thought the cancer was back in November of 2023, but it turned out with my one remaining kidney, it went into kidney disease. So I started the product on December 21st. By 6 weeks, I'd say, I was no longer in kidney disease. And every cancer has their own marker. So my particular cancer marker for ovarian cancer was at a very low 4. I have never hit a 4. So pretty exciting. Lost 30 pounds, lost a lot of inflammation, no more cankles. They're actually looking like ankles. So Anyway, energy, and definitely good gut health now. Much better.
And it's 1:30 and we're still going strong. Anyway, let me go ahead and tell you a little bit about mine. January 2023, it was one of the worst mornings because it didn't hit me till the morning. I woke up with that feeling of despair. I mean, completely lost and did not know what was going on with my body. I had been affected by additional autoimmune diseases, which I have 4. And at that time, I did not know what was going on. But lo and behold, I was diagnosed with a very serious and debilitating autoimmune. Just like somebody here invited you to hear or to taste something that can change your life, somebody did that to me. And that's love. So it helped me. And it was just the power shake, just the green shake. But then I looked more into it and I thought at that point, I knew I had no choice. It was something I had to do to change my gut. And when she talked about the biomedic, that's key. The parasite cleanse was key. But the whole program, doing it consistently, because that's what it takes for you to get, I mean, I'm 66. All of the damage it did, it takes consistent. And I'm going to be on this forever. But it just goes to show that now, I remember telling you, Tabitha, that I couldn't hold all the medication in my hand at one point. The side effects of that medication left me bald, left my moon face. I was always sick. One way or another, it would come out. Sorry, but that's the truth. And I couldn't walk. But now, couldn't talk either. That sounds really amazing. But now I can walk, I can talk, I can dance. And I can't say this strong enough. And with my heart, I'm so grateful for my life coming back, but also my husband's, and that's another story. We're going to be popping into an event to share our story because Denise and I are committed to sharing and to bringing people into a different realm of life. No matter how old you are, it's not too late to get healthy, but if you can start it early, better. Okay, well, thank you for having us. We are off to another wonderful event. So
thank you, Angie. Thank you, Denise. We love you, ladies. You're so inspiring. Thank you so much. It's so wonderful to see how each one of us, we were facing different things. We had different things going on. We've got other people popping on. It's so nice to see you all. But our bodies respond so beautifully to the food that we give it. So one more story, then we're going to wrap it up. Alicia, jump on, share your story with us. We want to hear from you. And then I'm going to wrap it up for us all.
Okay, Tabitha, thank you. I'll be very brief. Thank you for letting me share my story. About a year ago, I was dealing with symptoms, sluggish thyroid. And for me, that meant hair loss, especially on my eyebrows, joint pain, food intolerances, mental fog, all those different things. But the two main things were the joint pain and the food intolerances. If I would always have to bring my own food wherever I went. If I went out, I would have to have a conference with the waiter, like, is this in there? Is that in there? And that was embarrassing, kind of frustrating. And with the joint pain, I had an MRI, and they suggested that I have surgery on both knees. I was walking on a cane in pain, but a friend of mine invited me to an in-person event where the Purium products were being discussed, and I liked what I heard and saw, but I was still skeptical. I wanted to look at the package. What's in here? Is it gluten? Is it soy? What's in here? But I did take it that day, and I started with the energy because I just wanted to see some results. And within 4 days, I started seeing results. I released about 27 pounds over the 2 or 3 months. And my doctors are saying that my blood work is stellar, improved, and I'm feeling more energetic, especially with the tart cherry. When I wake up, I'm ready to go. I'm not like wanting to stay in the bed. So I know that I'm going to continue taking this product on a maintenance basis because we all want more greens in our life because we know that it helps our body. So I'm going to continue to do that. And I really appreciate the opportunity to share my story.
Oh, Alicia, and a lot of us met in person recently in Arizona. Alicia, we got to meet her in person and see not a cane in sight, honey. She was dancing. Oh, it was great. It was so lovely to see. I mean, you're just glowing. So thank you so much for sharing and continuing to just be on this health journey that we're all on together. We just want to feel good, be with the ones that we love, and enjoy being in our bodies, being in our healthy bodies. So you've heard a lot of stories. You've heard from so many different people who have had different results in their life. But one of the things that I think we can really take away from all these different stories is that because of it was simple, convenient, easy to follow, very clean, it's sustainable to do for a long enough period of time that you see these incredible results because your body responds. It's getting what it needs and what it hasn't had for a really long time. So it's very simple, but this program, everything I showed you now, I just showed you each individual product, but it actually comes in a big box, in a kit, with enough for 2 meal replacements a day. If you want to use it like that, you absolutely can, because remember, you're getting all your greens, all your protein, your fats, your healthy carbs, all of that for 2 meals a day, 60 meals for the month. So it saves you a lot of time and energy in the kitchen, and you're basically replacing where your grocery money is going. So now it's going to wherever you do your grocery shopping, Walmart or wherever it is, but you can move that into an all organic, all non-GMO, very clean way of eating and see the difference in how your body feels. It saves people money. I am telling you, I even saw another reel today. I was looking through Instagram that somebody showed their 2022 Walmart bill on a grocery shopping, and 2024 it was about $300 more for the exact same 45 things that he had purchased. Our prices of groceries are skyrocketing, but guess what? The quality is falling, which is the scary thing. The quality is going down. So you get this delivered right to your door. It saves you time in the kitchen, money on groceries, and you know you're getting something not only clean, but grown through regenerative farming, which if you know what that is, you know how important it is. If you don't know what it is, ask the person who invited you here today. So on top of that, you're also getting lots of free weekly coaching, support, accountability, all of that. It is about $11.50 a day, which you cannot get any other meal for less than $10 a day. And that's 2 meals a day, $11.50. It is a fantastic value. So if you're ready to get started and join us and join our community, which we have a community meeting here on Zoom every Monday to support you through this process, then just stay on this call. We've got a discount code for you. We're going to talk to you. We're going to answer all your questions. Stay on right after this. I'm going to stop the recording